Hey guys, look at this. It is summer and we are ready to rock and roll. Now we've got a big red-bellied black snake here with his head in a can, which someone has put in here. Let's just pray he hasn't cooked in this tub. I told them I was really worried about the tub, but no, he's alive. He's alive and well, which is really good news. Bad news, his head is in a can. It's always pretty mangled and yucky when it gets stuck in there. We don't know how long he's been like that. He's got lots of life in him. That's brilliant. These people that found him, oh, he's got a lot of life in him. Really good. The people that found him, he was on the side of the road here, and they're like, oh crap, he's gonna get run over. So they've scooped him up, put him in this box, and how good is that? I was just a little bit worried that he could have cooked in there, especially with that sun pumping down. It does happen sometimes. It can get really hot in a box like that. 5 minutes and a snake can be gone, but not in this case. They've done a fantastic job, and we're going to help this guy out as quick as possible. I will end up taking him home. It is getting a bit dark, so I'm going to try and get his head out straight away, and then I will take him home. With cases like this, I like to give them a little bit of a rest, rehydration, and if it's a really deep cut, a little bit of antibiotics, but that's what we'll see when the time comes. I may as well just work on him here, eh? Bear with me and I'll go grab my stuff. Alrighty, so let's try and get this done before sun goes down. We don't have much light, so what if I face this way? Hey, we're learning, people, we're learning together. So I've got the sun on me. The last time I did this, the snake was huge. Like, his body was taking up the entire entrance of the can. This one, it's a little bit smaller, so I should be able to actually get the scissors in next to his body and start cutting, which is going to be much easier. But still, not ideal by any means. God, he's a beautiful big red belly. So you can see all the gunk and crap. He's gonna have damaged scales. You can see ripped off scales there. But let's get... Alrighty, enough yapping. Let's get stuck into it. Let's get this guy out before that sun disappears on the horizon. Oh, you poor little bugger. The other thing is, you never really know how deep they actually are in there, which can be an issue too. Oh, this guy is actually so active, which is going to make it tricky. Cut a little window in so we can see whereabouts his actual head is. Oh, he's only just got his head in this, dude. So this is literally right behind his neck, which is not going to be ideal for cleaning it up and having a good look. I sort of just got to wait for him to chill out here. But I think I'm going to be able to pop this guy out pretty easily here. And the quicker the better with something like this. We don't want to cause any extra injuries, nothing like that. Quick as possible, get this guy home. He can actually be the first animal to try out my Habitats at Home reptile enclosure I got for this exact reason. Tyson from Habitats at Home has actually donated me an enclosure to use this season, well, not just this season, all seasons, to rehabilitate our wildlife. Now that he's getting a little bit looser, I'm just going to let him do his thing because he's going off. He does have a little bit of degloving under the head, so hopefully the vets are going to be happy enough to, hopefully you guys can see, but hopefully the vet's going to be happy enough to stitch that close to the head. I am more than happy to hold the snake head so they can do that. I value these guys' life just as much as mine. I honestly don't think any life is worth more than another life, to be honest. Oh, what is in there? So I'm worried that's a big hunk of muscle that's come off in there. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully it's something he's regurgitated. Oh, good news, it's a slug. It's a slug that's in there. Oh, why are there slugs in there? Hang on, we're nearly there, buddy. Can sense freedom is only a couple cuts away. Oh, dude. Hang on. There's our little mate. Why are we not focusing? There's our little mate. I want to be as gentle as anything with this part as well. So with all the sharp edges, we don't want him just flying out and making the cut worse than it already is. Oh, you poor bugger. And there's Freedom, and that is quite a large indentation under there. I think you could see the muscle on the other side. There's a bit of swelling to the head. That will go down. Let's have a look on this side. Look at that, the chunk out of the head there. That is not ideal, but it's also not the end of the world by any means at all. The injury is definitely looking worse than it actually is. So you can see all the swelling under the chin there. That's not normal. This snake would have a nice sleek head. So once that swelling lifts up and that's stitched back together, he's definitely gonna have a mad scar. He's gonna have a good scar to tell the story, show off to all the girls. I wouldn't be surprised if this is a female actually. That swelling should go down tomorrow, and God, I'm gonna try and get the vets to stitch that slice on the neck back to the body. Hope they're feeling brave. It is a red belly, which is good news. A brown, they might be a bit more weary, but I think North Richmond vets will sort us out there. And there is, I'm sure he would be very sore, hopefully grateful, red-bellied black snake. Now I'm gonna bag him up, give him a rest overnight. Hopefully that swelling will go down, and tomorrow we can have a better look at that cut across the neck. It is quite deep. Gee guys, on closer inspection, this thing's almost been decapitated. It's still smelling, it's still flicking its tongue, it's still moving, it's lifting its head, it knows what's going on. And they do survive incredible things. But God, that is nasty. That is very, very nasty injury. And again, look at this, there's no intent to bite. He is so calm. Completely wild snake who's just endured the craziest thing. That is literally almost like a decapitation. Wow. That is very, very nasty. Look how deep that is. I think that is a lot of swelling. I don't think it would look so bad without the swelling. Oh, this is hard because you can't imagine the pain that they must be in, whether you humanely euthanize them or you do give them the chance. But then if they die overnight, you feel bad for prolonging their pain. Oh, but it's just so tricky with reptiles because they can survive the most hideous things. I think we will give him a crack. Oh, I'll bag him up and get him home. You can see in here all the gunk and crap that's been in there. There's slugs and bugs and mud. It's getting into the poor bugger's skin. We'll get you home, bud. So yeah, very, very tricky one, guys. I am seriously tossing up a humane euthanasia. There's a very, very deep cut to the neck there, but you just see them with the wildest injuries. So, I mean, if that was a mammal, you'd go, yeah, or a bird, you're like, yeah, the thing's gonna die, but reptiles is just a whole nother story. So I think I'll at least get him home, see how he looks from there. At least he's not trapped in his can. His dirty, dirty can, which is now going to go in the bin. Look at that. Absolute junk with a beautiful sunset. I'm gonna go home, give him a bath, try and clean up that injury. I'll drop some betadine on it. If I see you guys tomorrow, good sign. It means he's alive and we're gonna try and get him a vet appointment. So I hope I see you guys again. Let's go. You can see I'm just giving our mate a bath here just to clean up that wound. It was just full of absolute gunk, bugs, dirt and everything else. A heap of gunk and whatnot coming off in the bath out of that wound. It's just not going to be ideal to leave that in. Where are you going? Come back in. So I'll do my best to clean him up the best I can. The bath looks dirty, but it's just stained paint all the way around. Nice clean water, nice clean bottom of the bath, and we can get anything that's going to cause an infection out of that wound. First thing tomorrow morning, straight to the vet. And it does look as though some of that swelling underneath has gone down already. You're crazy, dude. And here he is sitting on top of the bath for me. You can see the pink flesh. There's still a bit of gunk in there. It's pretty well stuck. It'll be pushed back under the scales too, so we'll have to push that back tomorrow. Get right in underneath it when we can with the vets, don't we, buddy? Come in. Oh! Taking yourself for a swim. Alright, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Alright, I'm back. So it's not pretty. It's a lot nicer than it was before. I definitely do think that swelling's gone down under the chin. Incredibly deep wound. It could look worse because of the swelling, but if that head's like that, it is very deep. I don't know if that's going to be affecting him opening his mouth. I don't know if it's deep down to the spine. Even venom glands could be in there. That just throws such a spanner in the works, but there's definitely enough skin for us to hopefully stitch together. I think this one's going to be up to the vets, guys. Oh, he's being so calm right now. Famous last words. It goes down around underneath as well. It's really interesting one. Poor bugger. He's definitely still alive. Don't worry about that. Ready? Look at him go. He was just playing ball. Next day, my mate's still kicking here. We're about to run him down to the vet. Still going strong, my dude. Very impressive. Was flicking his tongue. Come on, flick your tongue. Morning, guys. So I do have some bad news. Unfortunately, the injuries our red-bellied black snake had sustained were just way too much. He survived with me for 2 days because I waited for the swelling to go down before we went to the vet, so we'd be able to grab enough skin to stitch back together. And a few of us thought he was going to be okay. That was until we had a really in-depth look at the snake. So we sedated the red belly so we were able to have that really in-depth look. And the wound was so deep. The vet down in North Richmond was worried that it had cut so deep that it was through to either the esophagus, the airways, anything super important like that. So what she did, she actually got a syringe, pushed it down through the mouth, down to where the injury was, and of course, through the neck, we could see the syringe. So it had cut all the way through right to the esophagus, which is just a catastrophic injury. Something there's no way it would survive in the wild. Look, there's a possibility you could try and stitch something like that, but then how long is that snake going to be in care? Is it ever going to be able to eat again? Have the venom glands been affected? It would just be completely unfair and unnecessary on that animal to prolong its pain and suffering for potentially not even a recovery. So we made the most humane and ethical decision to humanely euthanize the snake, and yeah, it's such a shame. I've said in the past, normally I wouldn't even create a video on the things that don't make it, but I think you guys were interesting to see what these animals do go through, what they endure, what they can survive, what they cannot die immediately from, and it is quite interesting, and it's also a bit of a message to not litter, not throw your rubbish on the ground. Someone might think they just chuck a Coke can on the ground and nothing happens, but yeah, there you go, eh? At least our snake is not still suffering on the side of the road. At least he didn't go out on the road, sustain more injuries from being run over, and just die a slow, painful death. At least we were able to help him out in some way, shape, or form. But on another note, as everybody in the area knows, North Richmond Vet are absolutely epic, so all the animals get taken down there. So they swapped me my red-bellied black snake for this eastern blue-tongue lizard here. And he's an absolutely cracking eastern blue-tongue. Look at him, for a suburban bluey, he's got all his digits, all his little fingers and toes, his entire tail, which is crazy. That's actually crazy. You don't see them in this good condition around Sydney. They're normally getting hit by cats, dogs, whippersnippers, lawnmowers, what have you. Basically, someone brought him into the vet because he's got a few ticks in behind his ears there on both sides, and someone was just a little bit worried. All in all, the reptile ticks, they don't cause any issues on our reptiles. It's mainly if it's up in the eye, if a cavity's full of them, but really, they don't even know they're on there. But while we've got him, we'll pull some ticks off and we're going to run this guy back home. I've also got a diamond python I need to release tonight. Yeah, at least we can make a bit of a video, spread a bit of information, a bit of awareness about what our red-bellied black snake went through. But yeah, let's get the ticks off the bluey. Don't mind me sitting and being in weird places. I wanted to get in the sun. The sun is absolutely glorious on this spring morning. Phew. That one just splattered onto my mouth. Ugh. That's that side all done. Now we've got just one left on the other side. What a tolerant dude. It's much easier when they're not trying to bite you when you're doing this. Last but definitely not least. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm pretty sure the vet's got a few off as well. None underneath. Beautiful, healthy, nicely coloured, fully digited eastern blue tongue lizard. How cool is that? And we're going to run this guy back to where he came from. He was actually in an industrial area. I think he ended up in the workshop, and they're going to be more than happy to have him back, eating up all their snails. I'll see you guys down there. So we're out here with our Bluey, really strange place. It was like right in, it's all industrial area over there, all concrete. So we actually made it into a mechanic's workshop, but this would have to be where he's come from. Is this where you're from, buddy? Yeah, you know this is home. Because look at this. Oh, he's slipping out of me in grass. Hang on. Oh, jeez, he knows he's home. Yeah, look at that, all that long grass, that is perfect. Backs onto some houses there. There's gonna be plenty of snails, plenty of habitat. Probably a girlfriend for you, and this is where he's been living his best life. So we'll take him a little further down so he doesn't end up back in the industrial area. We'll send you on your way. Why don't you go through there, go over so you're even further away from the road. Oh, I got farmer's friends in the face. See you, buddy. Off you go. Happy as Larry, how good is that? Now we'll wait until this afternoon. May as well chuck in a diamond python, make it a bit more of a happy video. I'll see you there. See you, bud. Our third and final animal for the video, our last but definitely not least, our beautiful diamond python. It's going to be 2 out of 3 that have survived this video. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. It is very, very sad for our red belly, but at least we get a good outcome for our blue tongue and our beautiful dark diamond python here. This guy, just like our blue tongue, he did have a couple ticks right behind his eye, which are actually going right in front of his eye, so it would have been quite annoying. So they're gone now. He's got 20/20 vision, and he's ready to get back home. I didn't actually film catching this guy. All he'd done was made it into someone's house, basically. So he'd lived on the property for like 2, 3, 4 years. They'd been seeing him around. He'd be up in the gutter, he'd be passing through the yard. It seemed like he just found a way into the house, whether it was up through the roof tiles and down, he'd just gotten into the house. And the homeowner wasn't super ecstatic about that. I did try to talk to them about leaving it on the property, but he was worried that now it knew its way in, it would come back in. But yeah. Anyway, so it's been a couple of days since I caught him. It was been terrible weather as well. I needed to find the perfect release site. But there was nowhere I could really access the bush where that property was. So I reached out to a few people that I knew and have contacts with, and we found a spot literally a couple 100 meters away from where this guy comes from. Backs onto that exact same bushland, and it's just gonna be absolutely perfect release, especially a snake of this size, of this age. You do not want to take this guy away from his home habitat. We want to give these guys the best chance possible. We don't want to just pick them up, grab them, dump them in the bush onto the next one. We want the utmost care, well-being, ethical movements for our animals. There's going to be a couple people up there we're releasing. It's on someone's property, so I probably won't do any talk on the release, which is why I'm yapping and babbling on right now. But yeah, I'll try get a little clip of him going wherever we release him. If I'm not actually speaking to you again, cheers for watching. Like, subscribe. All the comments last week really helped, so chuck your comments below, and don't go yet because we're about to go send this guy home. We'll see you up the mountain. And like I said, I probably wasn't going to get much footage releasing that diamond just because there was a few people around and it was someone's property. But yeah, that was epic. Beautiful big land up in the hills, 200 meters from where he was caught. There was ponds, beautiful native trees, fantastic spot. I've got a couple little clips I'll chuck over, but He went straight into the scrub and just started climbing up, looking for his surroundings, seeing where he was, and warming up in that sun. And yeah, couple successes to end with something a little sadder. So I just knocked my Coke over. There goes me Coke. Oh shit, it's still in there. A little bit of dirt, never hurt anyone. So yeah, 2 out of 3. Can't complain with that. I'm sure we'll have more luck on our next red belly. So I'll see you next week.